Warning, catfish from this body of water contains contaminants at levels thought to increase the risk of cancer or other serious illnesses in humans. These fish should not be eaten by children, pregnant or nursing women. All others should limit consumption to 1 meal per month. Man, that must be pretty bad. What's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all from the heart of the southern end of the Cherokee National Forest. As I'm talking, all the cars are coming by. This is what rush hour traffic looks like in Polk County. Anyway, Polk County is right next to Bradley County. But anyway, you guys, today I thought I would come up here to take a swim at the Olympic Park up here, just up the road. If you all don't know, in this area back during the 1996 Olympics, this is where the Olympics held their rafting portion of the competition. But anyway, I thought I would do that. I thought I would explore the area, and also I thought I'd show you some historical markers and some other spots that I find interesting here in this area. And this is a perfect way to start this vlog, because if you want to take a really awesome landscape photo, well, this is it. Especially when the sunset is going on, like it lights up all the bald cypress trees. I sent a photo to a photography competition of this spot one time. I want to say it got into the top 5, but that's been a long time ago. But along this roadway behind us, it is also there's also a historic marker talking about the old copper road. So anyway, let's walk up the road and I'll show it to you guys. Now here, not far from the bridge, was the halfway house. And as I mentioned, the copper road, which went from Ducktown to Cleveland, which is, by the way, I want to say it mostly aligns with this road right here, but up in Copper Hill, where they were mining copper up until the 1980s, this is where they had a halfway house, and we will read it. From the construction of the copper road from Ducktown to Cleveland in 1853 until the coming of a railroad to Ducktown, this was the midpoint of the 2-day wagon haul. Wagoneers camped near the end at the mouth of Greasy Creek. 4 mule teams were usual, but teams of 6 or 8 were occasional. The load limit was 500 pounds of copper per animal in the team. And it kind of alludes to what we saw back there with the warning about the catfish. Is since we're not far from Copper Hill, and if you all know the story, Copper Hill was probably one of the worst EPA disasters in United States history, because you had acid rain. They were burning off all the contaminants out of the copper. It was going into the sky, coming down as acid rain. It was getting into the river, and well, from there, you did not really see any fish in the Ocoee River up until about the 1990s, when they were starting to do restorations of the area. So anyway, if y'all want to know why that warning sign is, or why that's there, and kind of too where we're going to swim today, this is there's also a lot of history with the copper road. And look, as we're walking back to the car, I found a really pretty butterfly. Looks like he's got some damage on his wings, though. That's okay. I mean, well, maybe not so much okay, but still, that's a really pretty butterfly. Now that we're here, I will say this much. I did do a video in this area a couple of years back, and it mostly had to deal with coming out here to see what the Ocoee Whitewater Center looked like when it caught fire. Now, I forgot what happened, that made it catch fire. I think it was electrical. Anyway, about I guess really looking about 3 years ahead, this is kind of what it looks like now. They've got a lot of stuff cleaned, and it's mostly just the foundation now. And it looks like this has seen some better days. This looks like this has long since been abandoned, or abandoned for the moment. But it kind of gives you an idea on some of the different boxes that they would put out, the Forestry Service would put out for the animals. It looks like the wood duck has fallen into some hard times. The eastern screech owl, I mean, it's really just a box now. Well, of course, they're all just boxes. Of course, you got the southern flying squirrel, a songbird, birdhouse, and the barred owl, which that's how big it was at one point. So a few years looking forward, they still haven't really done a whole lot with the foundation. I kind of hope that maybe one day they will rebuild it, but you know, that takes funding. But moving here is the Centennial Olympics Bridge. And yes, this is where the 1996 World Olympics, their rafting portion was held. I mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but for historical stuff, originally it was held in Atlanta, Georgia, which was, you know, maybe like not even like maybe 2.5 hours from here where we're at now. I might do a video to look back on the 1996 Olympics. For the time being, the water is down, but the spot that a lot of people like to go to is this watering hole right up here. I came here and I swam last year around the time of Hurricane Helene, and I remember it was a weekday, and somehow, some way, the parents had their kids out of school, and they were talking about how it was a big hurricane and it was going to hit that area. Only I don't think we realized how bad it would hit the area. You know, that was last year. But my, how time flies. Luckily, we still have the bridge here, so that's a good thing. And here's another way to look at the foundation and what they've done with it, well, clearing everything out. I know somebody who took the burned parts out and repurposed the wood. I don't know what they did with it in the end though, but I don't know. I'll have to ask him what they did. Now back there on the road, I mentioned the old copper road. Well, here's a bit more history on what that looked like. As you all saw, I mean, it was pulled by up to like between 4 and 8 mules and about 500 pounds of copper. Let me see. It was probably a surprise to the prospectors in 1848. They were searching for rich mother lode of gold, but found instead massive veins of rich copper ore, present-day Ducktown. By 1850, a mine was in production, but it took 3 more years to construct a route that would connect the area from the railroad to Cleveland, 33 miles away. Cherokee Indians were hiding to escape the Trail of Tears, helping blast rock, dig dirt, and hand pile rock retaining walls. This route became known as the Old Copper Road. Long hauls become short, and that kind of talks about, I want to say that's when Highway 64 got put in. Of course, you know, if you find anything, don't take it. You see, using teams of mules and wagons, it took 2 days for the haul. In the 1930s, the U.S. Highway 64 was built, following much of the original Copper Road route. 3-mile stretch converted to hiking trail ahead of you is the only part of the historic road still in existence. Which, by the way, that kind of goes where we're going to our swimming spot. And here's the original stretch of the old copper road. Like it was saying on the historical marker, it's about 1.5 miles long. But a really cool fixture that is in this spot that I really like is the rock work what the U.S. Forestry Service did through here. They placed like rocks like going out to the blue hole, or as they call it, the blue hole. Yeah, and I love fixtures like this. I mean, it's really peaceful. Of course, you've got a waterfall, or not really so much a waterfall, kind of like a cascade. You got people, looks like they're swimming. I mean, all in all, it's just a peaceful spot. Now, it kind of differs from time to time that if you can come out here. They do still do a lot of rafting. The Ocoee River, that's what it's best known for, is its rafting. However, during the off seasons, or during the week, when there's when the dams aren't running the water, these make some excellent swimming spots. Speaking of swimming spots, we're here. Yay. And the water is very much calm. As you can see, it's also very clear. And well, I'm not sure if you all can see it. They'll probably run away. But there are some fish here. Not sure if you can see that little guy moving right there. Might look crystal clear, but realistically it's probably about 5 feet deep. And that's also why I wanted to come out here as well today, is I wanted to see how well my GoPro fares against the clear water. I really need to do I really need to go back and do like one of the Florida springs again. I love that area of Florida. Now that's real Florida, the springs. And now that I have everything off that I don't want to get wet, let's go for a dip. Now, one thing that I don't like about this area is like when the water comes up, it can get very, very slippery. Huh, it's actually not. I figured it would be kind of colder. I mean, it's cold. I'm not like used to what I'm used to. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting used to it. Maybe I'm a cold person at heart. Maybe. I don't know. And now that we're in, you guys, let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Okay. I think I'm done swimming. I needed this, and it feels great. Great way to put the last video until my favorite season starts, haunt season. I've got a lot of cool stuff in store. Said it in the last video. Sadly, I'm probably gonna have to put what the Chet and DPM Gaming on hiatus for the time being. I guess you could say that getting out of here is going to be, well, a rocky situation. A her. You know what? Maybe I'm more agile than I thought I was, because that was rather moderately easy for me to move my fat self up those rocks, which are normally slippery. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. The Ocoee River has a lot of cool science behind it. Anyway, I guess that's how everything is tied up. And just look at that water just goes on by. If I don't know, if I had my way, you know, this is probably how I would make a rock garden with water running through it. Alright, you guys, let's get back in the car, and there is one more place that I want to see that's in nearby Benton. And from what I've heard, it's attracted a lot of infamy. You know what? That is a really beautiful wood carving across. And I imagine a lot of man hours must have gone into that. And I actually talked about this in my book, Ghosts and Mysteries of the Southern Cherokee National Forest. And if you go up to where McCamey Lake is and where the Chilhowie campground is, not far from it is this old historic marker that talks about that massacre. I recommend reading that book. It's my second one. And by the way, my third one releases here in October. And that is one big mural of the University of Tennessee. Everywhere you look, Tennessee. Yay. And you know what? That's what I like about Benton. It's a small town that has retained a lot of its charm. A lot of old buildings, the gas station, the courthouse, the only stoplight in the county. I think it's still the only stoplight in the county. And over here, hidden behind this big orange-red building is the infamous building we've come to see. And here's that building. Here, collapsing in on itself in the heart of downtown Benton, is I want to say it was an old store at one point, but obviously it's dilapidated, very dilapidated. And anyhow, this sits in the heart of downtown Benton. And from what I understand, the guy who owns this property, he won't tear it down because it's been in his family for so long. Although, I mean, I want to say that this building is, I don't think it can be saved. I really don't think it can be saved, because everything is falling apart. You know what? It was probably a beautiful building at one point, but I mean, it's not anymore. And I want to say too that a few months back, somebody wrote with spray paint, eyesore, like right here. I mean, obviously they took it down, but yeah. And you know it's bad when the road is closed beside it. Now, obviously we are respecting the private property. We're not going much farther beyond here, but it just makes you wonder. Anyway, guys, that's going to be another vlog for another day. Here, this vlog, this is the end of the vlog for at least the end of the year of my normal vlogs, because now it'll come haunt season, Native American Heritage Month, Christmas staycation, and then the end of the year. So anyway, guys, this is gonna be another vlog. Make sure to stay posted, like it, share, always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care. Peace.